High Kindergarten. It's our last day of baseball week at school. I hope you have enjoyed all of the fun activities that we have been able to do. I know it's not the same as it would have been if we were in class together, but I think we made the most of it. Usually we wrap up the week singing one of our favorite baseball songs. So I'm going to go ahead and play it here, and I want us to listen to it. If you know it, sing along.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. Let me root for
The red legs.
If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Okay, so we have just listened to Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Just like I would at school, we would follow up with a paper, and our paper has all the words that we just sang right here. I want you to go through and underline all of the words that you know, underline all of the sight words that you know. And then I want you to add up all of the words that you know and write that number down here on the paper, okay? A follow-up activity that we're going to do, is you're going to need this piece of paper afterwards. We're going to write a poem. Right before we were leaving, in my reading group, we were writing a lot of poems. Well, I bet you can guess what our poem is going to be about. What is our poem going to be about? Go ahead and look at my title here. Our poem is going to be about baseball. You've got it. Okay, so what we're going to do is just come up with some words to describe baseball. All right, so I'm going to write my poem. Are you going to use words that I put on my poem in your poem? No, because you're smart and you can come up with your own unique poem. I can't wait to read them. Okay, so some words that I think describe baseball are bases. Okay, you're going to do your best, just like Mrs. Dorr and I have been telling you. You're going to do your best on your spelling. It doesn't have to be correct unless it is a sight word. All right, so I have baseball. When I think of baseball, I think of bases. I think of balls. Baseball, bases, ball, hit, crack, and then run. I'm gonna write run. Now I want to go back and read this again. Baseball, bases, ball, hit, crack, run. And then I'm gonna finish my poem with a word that can relate all the way back to baseball. I'm gonna write Cincinnati, and that's a proper noun, so I need to capitalize my C. Cincinnati Reds. And because red is part of their name, it makes it the proper noun. So I'm going to make that also a capital. I love some red leg games. I'm sad that we can't get to them lately, but as soon as they open up, you better believe I'm gonna be at the ballpark. All right, so let's go back over our poem like we would in class. All right, I have baseballs, bases, balls, hit, crack, run, Cincinnati Reds. Now remember, our goal is to cover the first word and cover the last word to see if the people that read the words in between can figure out what we are describing. We were always able to fool Mrs. Bosco and Mrs. Wolke, but since they're not at school, to fool them and see if they can come up with what it is, you're gonna have to test your mom and dad. And hopefully they're as smart as Mrs. Wolke and Mrs. Bosco, because we could never fool them. I said we did fool them. We could never fool them. They always could figure it out. But that means that we were smart and we wrote really good descriptive words. All right, so we're gonna cover up my first word and we're gonna cover up my last word. Better put that there so it's covered up. Now, let's read the words in between our poem to see if we could make our poem make sense. Here we go. Bases, balls, hit, crack, run. And then I can eventually show them the last one, reveal that, Cincinnati Reds. I wonder if they can figure out what our title is. Do you think they would guess that our title is baseball? You have to write me a poem, cover up the words, read the middle words, reveal your last word to your parents or sister or brother, and see if they can find out what your poem was about. I can't wait to read your poems. I've had so much fun doing the baseball unit with you. Don't forget, after you write your poem, to illustrate your picture of baseball. Now, also, the poems that we're writing, just like we've been working on in school, they're not sentences. They're just words to describe what our topic is about. I know you can do it. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye. I miss you. Take care. Stay healthy.